Exning seemed quite willing to accept the limelight, if only by default. For ever since this old Iceni encampment moved its market onto the heath during a time of plague, so the germs could be blown away, it's been overshadowed by the new market it established there. But though it's only 2 miles away from the famous racing centre, it has its own identity and its own horses. Cotton End Stables is just one of half a dozen in Exning. There I watched some of the 21 horses training under the eagle eye of Jack Skip. Nearby at Red House Stud, I was shown round by the stud groom, Elmer Taylor. He told me the 6-year-old stallion was never beaten as a 2-year-old sprinter. Mansing must be walked 3.5 miles a day for exercise. It's his 3rd year at stud, and he covers between 40 and 50 mares a year. The mares were certainly glad to see their lord and master. And so were his 10-month-old foals. Who said it takes a wise son to know his own father? Mr. Warner, the owner of Red House Stud, was discussing Exning affairs with its lord of the manor, Mr. George Gibson, nephew of the late Lord Glenelly. In 1942, on his uncle's death, Mr. Gibson gave the family home Exning House to the West Suffolk Council for use as an old people's home. His son Simon Gibson's a frequent visitor to Glenelly Rest, where the matron, Mrs. Haslam, looks after 60 elderly people. Not surprisingly, there's always a waiting list. There's also an endless list of would-be occupants for George Gibson Close, a bungalow estate set up in the grounds for 32 elderly couples.
I must say it always delights me when I come here to see the houses which are being built in the garden, how they have fitted in so well and have mellowed down to look as if they were almost built at the same time. It would be very, very nice if more old houses could be used in this manner, but they're generally stuck miles away in the middle of the country, possibly up about a 3-mile drive, which then means that the old people are very cut off. And we are unique in the fact that Exning House is right in the middle of a village.
Exning, as a village, offers its 7,000 inhabitants many facilities, including a doll's house assortment of shops. Its fine church of St. Martin's was founded in 626. The vicar, the Reverend Edmund Edmondson, told me that 2 years ago, during restoration, one of the country's oldest heart shrines was discovered there. The hands holding the hearts show that in the wall are the caskets containing the hearts of a 14th century earl and his countess who died too far away from Cambridgeshire for their bodies to be brought home for burial. The vicar also showed me the medieval fish ponds, where at the time of Doomsday eels were caught for the villagers. The ponds are filled from a stream from St. Mindred's Well, where Queen Ethelreda, later saint and founder of Ely, who was born at Exning, was baptized. A place of history and horses. That's my impression of Exning near Newmarket.